pulled out a book.
My life has changed in so many ways, and then since the 9 years I met you on MySpace. I knew shortly after our horrible first date that you were the one for me. We've traveled around the globe together, we've seen amazing cities, and had incredible food. I've learned a lifetime of lessons in those 9 years. And with this knowledge, here's what I promise you. I promise to always love you more than Chipotle, Alan Cumming, all the money I have. I promise to always laugh with you, and most importantly, laugh at all your jokes. I promise to always be your biggest fan. I promise to hold your hand while watching a movie, provided we both are done with our popcorn. I promise to be your wings when you're down. I promise to always comfort you when you cry while you watch Grey's Anatomy. I have never missed one. I promise to love you under any circumstances, good or bad, when you're up or down, when you're hangry or full. I promise to always ask you for help, even when I'm too stubborn or too dumb to ask. I promise to never stop saying, I love you. And I promise always to give you the last bite of my burrito. Our favorite show is Modern Family. We laugh and cry at every single episode. You are Cam, and I am Mitchell, just minus the red hair. We laugh till our bellies hurt when they have a scene that's right out of our lives. One monologue from Modern Family speaks directly to our relationship. There are dreamers and there are realists in the world. You think the dreamers would find the dreamers and the realists would find the realists. But more often, the opposite is true. You see, the dreamers need the realists to keep them from soaring too close to the sun. And the realists need the dreamers, otherwise they would never get off the ground. I have soared because of you. I can't wait to be your husband.
Now it's your turn.
Aaron, I promise to always enjoy the home-cooked, healthy meals you prepare. The ones made with love, because I somehow feel like you are making up for that awful first date at Yulie's Cafe. I promise to drive hours out of the way to try a restaurant you saw on television, because sometimes you just need a grilled cheese stuffed with lasagna. I promise to always smile bigger than I have ever smiled, and when I hear you sing. You always say, I'm not a singer, but your voice is always perfect to me. I promise to always spend hours gazing at the water with you wherever we go, losing myself, watching waves crash, taking in the salty air with your hand in mine. I promise to always finish the nub of your Chipotle burrito. The last bite of the most perfect food that exists in our world, and yet you always seem to be too full to finish. I promise to do quite literally whatever it takes to hear you laugh. The laugh that always makes me smile, the laugh that I can always hear in a crowd. I've made a career making people laugh, and yours is the only one that matters. Knock, knock. Olive. I promise to always hug you as tightly as I do after I fall apart at a Grey's Anatomy. I promise to sing to our baby, dog or otherwise, to fall asleep on the couch with my hand in the I'm not falling asleep pose, to figure out every detail of our crazy adventures, even when it seems like it cannot be done. Like hiking to the top of a mountain in Hong Kong to watch the sunset in an infinity pool, only to realize we have to hike back in the dark. Like dog sledding at the top of a glacier in Alaska, and when life seemed as if it could not be any more perfect, we experienced dogs pooping at 10 miles an hour. Like that time in Vegas. No, we don't talk about that. What happens in Vegas. Like making that heritage-filled trip to the Holy Land and being the only two people in our tour group concerned about my non-Hebrew-speaking uncle being lost in Palestinian-filled Jerusalem. Arthur, I care. We were freaking out. You and me, we're in a club now. Our life is chock full of adventures. My favorite thing to do is adventure. Aaron, Paul Skinner, you are my biggest adventure.